So join us as we dive into this week's mess.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's a Mess, Sis, my favorite podcast. I'm Jess, working through the mess, and I am so glad you came back to hang out with us again.
Hey, I don't know why I heard you say that. And
had a little moment.
Not registering what was going on.
Oh,
hey,
wait.
I'm Rena. I'm your other host. I did not type what to say again because I just thought I was going to go on the fly. So yes,
Yeah.
I am your host that just, goes off the dome even when there's nothing in there.
I'm weak.
Welcome.
welcome, everybody. You guys are joining us for episode 89. What kind of mother are you to yourself? I'm really looking forward to this episode.
Ooh.
And it took me some good thinking, some digging. So I'm looking forward to diving into that. But before we get into the episode, we do have a little segment called What's the Mess? So I'm going to ask Rena, what is your mess?
This Mercury retrograde has been a mess.
Swooping your ass.
It really is. It's like it's beating my behind. Like it's just been communication has been off. Things at work don't work.
Damn.
People have been. I feel like people have been having like little attitudes. For the past couple of weeks. What'd you say?
Huh?
What did you say?
What do you mean?
Okay.
I refuse to repeat myself in fear of incriminating me.
Okay, that's what
I was joking. Okay. I was joking. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just feel like, I've just been sensing like a general unrest for me.
Yeah.
This retrograde. And so I don't know. That's
when is
been
it
a
over?
mess. I think it's supposed to be over like now.
The thing that is confusing me now that I'm into understanding about retrogrades is like I feel like it's always.
Right.
I feel like there's always something in a retrograde. Like, is that just the permanent state of our being at this point? We're always in retrograde. We're like, what? Or is it just different planets that's in retrograde? What the fuck is a retrograde? Does that mean the sun is pointing at the different side of the planet? What does it even mean?
I think it's like when the planets appear to be moving backwards.
Oh.
Because they've like slowed
like spinning
down.
Backwards?
Yeah, it appears that way, but it isn't.
Interesting. I had no idea. Yeah, I would imagine shit going backwards would be weird for the body and stuff.
So usually they advise that you don't like make any major commitments during this time. You don't sign contracts. So you be super careful. And usually there's disruption to like communication and electronics and things like that. It's just kind of like this time where you're supposed to be still and evaluate.
Interesting.
And I hate that.
I hate be still for what?
Right. I hate being in that state. It just makes me feel like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
And why?
I don't know. As I get older, though, stillness is becoming my friend. So
no, as I get older, I'm like, I don't have time to be still. We need to make something shake. I need to move.
She said, shake that shit.
I need pretty much. I can't just be sitting here. It's like, if I don't use it, I lose it. I need to, like, maybe that's just my own anxiety. It is for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's what I've got
time. Doing. You a spring chicken. You got time. She said, I'm an old hen. That's funny. I feel you. I hope that when the retrograde is done, that you start to return to feeling like yourself and feeling like you are ready to move and shake and do the things.
I hope so. I hope something.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Oh gosh.
Not you being tired on this podcast.
I'm sleepy. Yo, this week was a week that actually goes into my mess.
Okay.
I feel like life moves really fast sometimes. Like I don't really pay attention and I just be day to day.
Just be vibing.
But then you look up and you're like, damn, I actually saw a picture of something that happened 3 years ago. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I literally remember that being last year. Like it was crazy. I said, oh my God. But I feel like also there's been like a lot of thoughts and ideas that I've had for the past year, and now they're coming to fruition.
Okay.
But it seems like it's happening like all at once.
Mm-hmm.
And then that feels a little bit overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't know how to just do one thing. So
Mm.
then it feels like this is your normal life. It's a very interesting dichotomy. And I don't know.
Is that not your normal life?
It is. And that's why I was saying, like, the fact that I'm overwhelmed by my normal life feels like you should just be used to this by now. You should be used to the fact that 3-4 things are happening simultaneously. You should be used to working this much. Now you got to play. Now you got a show. Now about to film your short film. Now, it feels like that should just be my norm. And it is. I think it also has to do with a lot of the medical things that I deal with, as far as like having enough energy for all of this shit. Like mentally, I'm like, I can do all of these things. And I can with a good nap. So I nap quite a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, it just seems like life happens so fast, and I'm like, oh shit, we're here. Time to do this shit. Kick it into high gear. My body's like, take a nap. Now you can
Gotcha.
gear up. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
this past week has been like a lot of work. I've been trying to make some extra money so that I'm filming a short film the 3rd and 4th of June.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I have the money for everything that I need. A lot of it is volunteering. Like a lot of people are coming in to just lend their hand for whatever it is, whether I need PA or whatever on the set. And I'm really grateful for that. But I also want to be able to just, feed everybody, because you have to do that on a set, especially on long days. I want to feed everybody. And if I have any extra money, just give maybe a gift card or something to start with. Like, yo, I really
that's nice.
being here for me. So this last week has been just like work for money, and also work for all the projects that I have going on. So the mess is that I'm living a blessed life. I cannot complain. I'm very grateful. The sun has been out. But a bitch is tired. I'm sleepy.
Sounds like a good exhaustion, though.
It is. I can't complain.
Because what's taking your energy, it's all things that you want to do.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Huh? I keep ripping my headphones out of my ears, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I probably should get some cordless ones coming to this century.
Whenever you get around to it.
But my mic, I don't know. My mic has a port, so I don't know if this has a Bluetooth way, or I guess I can Bluetooth the headphones to the actual computer, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out another time. I don't know why I'm doing this right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't even know what to say.
All right. Okay, guys, that was the mess. Thank you for listening.
You just abruptly just okay. Yeah.
Listen,
we're done with the mess. We're
done with the mess. That was it. If you remember, we are on episode 89. What kind of mother are you to yourself? Now, let the people know, why did we choose this topic, Rena?
So for me, today is Mother's Day. That's the day that we're filming this. And as always, it's a day of reflection for me, especially because my mother is no longer here physically. Right. So I kind of just found myself, trying to think of ways to cope with her not being here. And then also just how to kind of just cope with the general unrest that I'm experiencing right now. Yeah. And, one thing that came up for me was that my mother was like a big part of my coping. Like she was that safety net for me. And then I realized like, that's the role that I have to continue for myself. Yeah. So I'm like, how am I doing that? And I wanted to explore that. And I just wanted to see what your thoughts were, or just anyone's thoughts. Like, I feel like your mother doesn't have to be gone for you to kind of have this thought and this understanding that you mother yourself, or your parent to yourself.
Yeah, of course. I love that, actually. When you introduced it, yeah, I love that. That's why you wanted to do it. You wanted to explore that. My mother is also no longer here, and
Orphan gang. No, stop.
Hey, orphan gang got these bitch. Hell no, that's crazy.
I know, right? So people are gonna be so
So
offended by
sad.
that. They're like, oh my gosh,
So
these sad,
sad.
pitiful
These sad bitches.
people.
But I feel like the older I get, the less I want to forget Mother's Day. I think for a long time it was a lot, and I just didn't even think about it. I still don't, if I'm honest. Until other people started talking about it, I don't think about Mother's Day.
That's
But the
true.
older I get, the less I want to forget, and I want to figure out a way to honor my mother on this day in some way. And I thought this topic would help me hold space for that honoring, because she was an incredible mother, and like, yeah, they're large shoes to fill. So I would definitely like
Absolutely.
to, dive in and see how we're going to do this. So let's let the people know what the agenda is for this episode.
As always, it's to dick it down, and that's how we got here. Which stands for define, impact, and cope. That's what it stands for, people.
It does.
So this episode, we're having a conversation about mothering or parenting yourself. We also discuss the impact of stepping into that role, that parental or maternal role, as we learn to care for ourselves as adults. And then we conclude with how we're coping and how we intend to cope moving forward. We make each section clearly known so that you can follow along with us. You'll hear most likely just say we're at the definition or we're at the cope, wherever we are. And we do this so that you can have this conversation with us, with others, with yourself. So feel free to pause wherever you see fit to give yourself time to write, journal, reflect, or just keep listening. Just do what works best for you. Oh, and if you vibe,
we try. Yes. I love that. Okay, well, we are now to the definition. So, of course, I had Google do the heavy lifting and define mothering for us.
Okay.
It said that mothering is relating to or characteristic of a mother, especially in being caring, protective, and kind. I especially like that definition because I see the reflection of my mother in it. What I didn't see in that definition, but I did see in my own mother, is patience. It's one of those qualities that I always admired about her, but I felt severely lacking in. And I do miss that about her and how she talked to me and how she treated me. So now I'm picking up that slack by being patient, both with myself and with others.
That makes sense. Patience is what you're looking for. I'm just vibing off of our previous conversation.
Yes, girl.
And that's essential to safety. Okay.
Wow.
You see where I'm going with this?
Yes.
See where I'm going with this?
Yes, Rita.
This is a conversation that we had
a previous, yes, but that's tied in. Thank you for helping me with that. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely need patience. But what about you? What is your definition?
So I said a mother is a nurturing, guiding, and loving presence for me. A safe place where I can be myself, honor myself, learn, and grow.
Okay.
So that is my definition of a mother. Honestly, since we're kind of like correlating like mothering yourself with like parenting yourself, do you think there's a difference in mothering yourself versus like fathering yourself, or it's all wrapped in one? You're just parenting yourself. It's like, and
that would be very interesting. I would like to dive in just a little bit.
Yeah, I know this is one it's a curveball I just threw in.
It's a tangent and we can go down it because we got time. But I think stereotypically, yes.
Okay.
If I were to father myself, actually, both of them really exercised a lot of patience with us. My father gave a lot of grace as well. Like, he would be the disciplinarian, right? And there were times where we would do something. This is the collective. I feel like the collective of children always got in trouble together in my house, because we were up to shenanigans. So
not up to shenanigans.
Of course. What are siblings without shenanigans, right? So we would be up to shenanigans and we would be in trouble. And my dad would be like, we would go to my dad and we'd be like, Daddy, can we please have a second chance? mind you, just like the 10th chance. This the 10th, please, Daddy, can we have a second chance? And he would most of the time give us a second chance and have us talking to or speaking to. And so there was an exercise in grace that, we were given a lot of times. But I think generally when you think of a father, you think of a more steady, what's the word I'm looking for?
Action oriented.
Action oriented. Yeah, absolutely. Like, okay, this is the logical way we're going to proceed with this.
Yeah. Like a more stabilizing kind
more
of.
stabilizing. Yeah. Fathering.
Presence.
If you were to do a fathering, you would just tell yourself, all right, get on with it. You can
So
be sad and then you move on. And then your mom, of course, we're doing generalizations and things like that. So everybody's parent is going to look different. And maybe your father was doing the mothering, quote unquote, of what you would expect a father or mother to do, in these like very stereotypical roles. So in the role of mothering, you get a very soft, like, okay, well, no, that didn't work out. And maybe, giving you more time to emotionally feel those things. Whereas your father, I think about my little brother when he talks to his children and especially his son. Like, I think about how when his son would cry from physical pain, my brother would tell him to walk it off. All right, walk it off. But if he's crying for an emotional pain, my brother would have room and save space and say, okay, we can talk about this and we can cry about this. So I think in that sense, nice. Fathers are very practical. Like, okay, that you're going to have to walk that off. You can't just sit here and cry about that physical thing. Like, all right, let's move on.
Okay.
I do appreciate that he gave space for the emotionality of it too. So yeah, when I think about dad, I think about more practical advice.
So dad is practical, mom is emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you successfully say or fully say that you're parenting yourself if one of those elements are missing? Like if you're like meeting your emotional needs, and you're like, I'm giving myself what I needed as a child emotionally, but you're not also being practical and not focusing on your stability. Like, do you feel like you need both components?
Absolutely.
Say that you're parenting yourself? Because
if I say I'm parenting myself, sure. If I say I'm mothering myself, a lot of times
I never hear people say they're fathering themselves. That's why. And then we usually just kind of sum it up and say, okay, yeah, I'm mothering myself. I'm my own parent. I don't know if it's like the whole single parent kind of like aspect of it all, but like that's why I brought it up. Like,
I'm fathering myself. There is a difference, and I do think you need both.
For Father's Day, we can do I'm fathering myself.
Period. I'm down.
Because I have no idea what that is.
I have
no idea.
We got time to research, but we got like a month.
Right. No, like, yeah, I guess. Like,
when is Father's Day? We don't even fucking know.
I don't ever
Tragedy.
know. I mean,
I don't know what Mother's Day was, to be honest. So it's fair for me.
Because they send out all the coupons and stuff, so you can't help but know. Like Domino's, like you get a free pizza, because it's Mother's Day.
Oh,
but
wow.
for like Father's Day, it'd be like, oh,
a tie sale.
Yeah, a lawnmower.
Oh, ooh, that sounds nice. I don't even have a lawn. I want to ride a lawnmower. I don't even have a lawn. That's how I'm fathering myself this year. I'm about to be a lawnmower.
Without a lawn,
right?
That is not the practical nature that fathering is supposed to,
to
show
help.
you.
That's true.
Okay. So,
okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, so just to be clear here, I guess we're talking about the mothering. We're talking about the nurturing, the unconditional love.
Yeah.
That part. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Are we now to the impact then?
Yeah. Yeah. We are.
Okay. I think the impact has been significant. I've been allowing myself to grow at my own pace without this constant shame of not being further along, which goes to your point.
I need you to be my mother then.
I got you. I'm out here mothering who I can, It's not easy though. There are still remnants of impatience that linger, and it's frustrating when I want things to happen faster than humanly possible. Like, on those days, I actually hear my mother's voice leading me with kindness and softness. So sometimes I'm mothering myself, but oftentimes I'm remembering my mothering and calling that up and calling that to the forefront and allowing that to shine over my own voice when that voice is not for my best interest. And so it's a mutual thing between me and my mother of mothering myself now, because I have to do it. I have to be the one to say the things and feel the things and hear the things. Oftentimes it's in her voice or something that she has said to me in the past. And so the impact has been gratifying, because alone I am unforgiving.
Mm.
Alone I am impatient and impertinent, and I'm quick to diminish my goals and quick to diminish my accomplishments. I'm quick to lessen how wonderful I am as a human. But with the help of my mother's voice, I remember all of those things, and I take into account the struggles that I've overcome to be where I am, to say that I'm still kind, to say that I'm still generous and understanding, and that I am learning patience even still, is with the help of my mother. That is how I'm mothering myself, and that is the impacts.
You really just helped me see something
Tell me.
that I didn't see before. When you're talking about how your mom was that voice, or still is, it sounds like that voice, of reasoning, like when you feel like you're moving too fast, she's that patience that you need. She's that person who can kind of, how they say, like, part of like toddlers kind of exploring the world. If you went to a park and you saw them with their parent, well, usually it's with their mom, they'll run off towards something to explore, and then they'll kind of take a turn back and check and see if their mom is still there, or they may even run back to her and like make contact with her. And then they'll venture out a little further, and they'll keep doing this thing where they'll come back and kind of check in with her. They want to make sure she's there, but also her presence is like that comfort that allows them to go out and explore a little more. And it kind of sounds like that's, who your mom is for you.
Yeah.
And I feel like my mom was that for me. Like, she's very much a safety net.
Yeah.
But losing her made me very, very rigid. I think I just realized how afraid I've been to go out there and explore more, because I don't have anybody to look back and like, don't do this, Jess. Don't do this. Like, look back and like, tap.
Yeah.
And who, that person who give me that reason, but like, it's okay. It's not as scary as you think.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be fine. Like, even if you fall down, it's okay.
You can get up.
Get up. You can shake it off.
Yeah.
So without that, it's like I'm just afraid to move.
Yeah.
I think that's been the impact to more than anything. Because I think there was always an element of like seriousness to me, but like, I wasn't like this kind of, stuck.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, worst case scenario, I'll just move in my mom's basement.
That's right.
But now there's no mom's basement. There's no basement. Yeah. There's just me. So man, I don't think I realized that.
Yeah.
Goodness, that is a major impact to me, because it's hard for me to step forward and to continue to explore.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I look back, there's nothing behind me.
But the truth is, she is behind you.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
In truth, she's still, especially if you're actually like looking back to your past of where she was, right? She's back there saying like, hey, I got you. Maybe not in the physical presence, but like,
right. I need that basement, man.
It's the safety of knowing you ain't gonna be homeless, huh?
Right. Like, if I look back now,
all that spiritual shit, I need a place to live.
need a place to stay. I need somewhere I could go and make a sandwich. You know,
but you have that.
I have that.
You
I
just
was
have
gonna say that.
exactly.
But like, there's like, it's something about like I came equipped with that. Like I came into this world with that. Now I gotta find a new source of it.
Yeah, well, that's a part of life, though.
It is a part of life, and it's a part
Yeah.
of mothering myself. Like, what would my mother tell me to do in this situation?
Yeah.
She'll be like, identify other resources. You know,
Absolutely.
Are my friends.
Of course, because I was like, I ain't got a basement, but I got a couch. I got a space in the world.
You're like, I got a trunk. I got a back seat.
I do. I got all that. I ain't gonna put you in the trunk. That sounds crazy, but you know, the back seat comfy. I got a couch. I got a bed. You know what I mean? I got a kitchen. You can make a sandwich.
A vegan sandwich.
You can make meat here. Just keep it wrapped up. I want to smell that shit.
I mean, no, but like, I just like that. I just.
Damn, that hit. That hit, Rena. That you didn't have to do that. I'll be trying not to cry here.
You did this. You did this to me.
Did I?
You said it. You started this off.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I'm really sentimental this Mother's Day. I'm really, and I don't know that I don't know. It was never conscious to try to not think about Mother's Day. It's just like, I don't got a mama, so what I'm thinking about Mother's Day for? And that wasn't true, obviously. Obviously, I have a mama and I had one and she was fucking dope. But I think putting any focus on it just exacerbated the sadness. It would have been too overwhelming to think about, because when I tell you that I used to fucking go all out for my mama for Mother's Day, like I was the get up and cook girl when I didn't have money. I was the write a poems girl. When I did have money, I was the buy her a tea set girl. I'm gonna let me surprise you from home from college girl. I'm that girl, for my mama. And so to not have that, it's like really devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right. We still have that.
We do.
It's not like we don't have mothers. We do. Like on this physical plane, are they walking around? No. But we still have mothers.
True.
Like, because we exist, they still exist.
Absolutely.
So what would these ladies, how would they want us to mother ourselves in this moment? What would they want us to do? Go to the casino, obviously.
Obviously. Get a Diet Coke, or was it a Dr. Pepper?
I'm thinking, no, she would do a Diet Coke, but I would do regular Coke. I ain't there yet.
I ain't doing that.
I'm not.
Please don't ever get there. That shit is disturbing that people like that.
Well, I mean, she was diabetic, so.
Oh, well. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But then there's sugar and alcohol, so she really wasn't helping herself. But hey, you gotta live a little.
Live a little. I don't know. I think my mother would honestly, I think my mom would be so proud of me. I think she would be so proud of me and the strides that I've made to my character, to the people that I love, to myself.
How far
I've come
with patience,
even, especially like no, really, like she really had a whole lesson just for me on patience, because I was literally a very impatient child. Like I remember she told me, like, I would get a cut on my hand and I'd be like, take it off, and she'd be like, no, Tootie, we can put a Band-Aid on it. And I'm like, fuck that Band-Aid, I want this shit off now. Take it off.
The cut off?
Take the cut off. Girl, this hurt. Take it off. And she's like, baby, no, we can't take it off. We got to put the Band-Aid and let it heal. And then even when I was a little bit older than that, still very impatient child, she bought me, like, I was really into Tweety Bird. That was like my character. Everybody had a character.
Gosh, everybody was into Tweety Bird.
Of course. So I was a Tweety Bird girl. And she bought me this patchwork like set. So you had to take these little tiny pieces of string, and it was like color by numbers, but with like not patchwork, but
Mhm.
it was like a crochet or
Mhm.
something. And you
Mhm.
pull the tiny piece through and do the thing. And I sat there and did it because I wanted the outcome of the Tweety Bird. And that was her lesson to me in patience. Like, take your time and do it right and get the outcome that you want. And that's the lesson that I've taken with me. It's taken me some time, but just her seeing me do it on my own, doing the patient thing, taking my time, being patient with myself to get to this place where the picture is what I want. I just, I think she would be proud. I think she would be proud. And so I think she would mother me the way that I'm trying. I think she would be proud of the continuation of her work.
Mm.
So yeah. What about you?
I think my mom would be proud because I mean she raised me to do this. Like she's like, okay, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're paying your bills on time,
Yeah.
you're doing well. But I think she would be like, you need to relax.
Yeah.
I think she's like, you need to relax. Like, you're okay. Like, you're capable. So I feel like she would probably be like, it's going to be okay. Oh my gosh. This is all you. You've
I
done
didn't do
this.
anything.
I think she would be like, I just need you to relax. Like
Yeah.
it's like it I think she would want me to like probably have a little bit more fun. I think she would want fun.
Yeah.
Like, why so serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's it. And that's kind of what I said in my impact. Like I felt like she really gave me the stability piece.
Yeah.
And I think, the part that I'm working towards for myself is the thriving piece.
Yeah.
And I think that was something that she would have wanted to give to me, but she didn't quite make it there yet.
Yeah.
So but I think she was trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she would kind of come in and want to confirm and like reinforce that.
Yeah.
She's like, we know you know how to survive.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, how do we get you to this point where you can go out a little more,
Yeah.
explore a little more?
Yeah.
So stop doing all that.
I'm trying. I don't know what it is this one. Like like I said, I'm just in my older age, I'm just becoming more sentimental, and not even just more sentimental. I think I'm just letting the walls down a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just allowing myself to feel feelings, and seeing a lot of all these people telling what their therapist saying on Instagram, TikTok, all this stuff. That's really been helpful for those of us who maybe not in therapy, but just recognizing that I like intellectualize a lot of my feelings versus like feeling them has been really
Ooh.
like, oh shit, I'm not feeling that shit. So I'm just trying to feel them. And I feel sad that my mom's not here. I do. I feel sad about it. I feel like I was just thinking about how I'm taking care of myself, like actually, like how I cook for myself, how I'm vegan now, how the things that I eat and drink every day. So I drink like turmeric, black pepper, cinnamon, and ginger, like just about every day, in green tea. And I think about the fact that like I'm really taking care of myself in this way so that I can live this very healthy lifestyle. Like I'm trying really hard. And I'm just like, I really wish she was here so that I could do that for her, with her, to help her explore something different than maybe what she was doing. And yeah, like I'm just sad about it. Like, I don't want to pretend that I'm not or be like, it's gonna be okay. I mean, intellectually I know, but I'm sad that my mom's not here. That shit
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like
Yeah.
I have like so many questions. Like, I feel like I'm at this
Yeah.
point in my development. I wasn't there. I didn't make it there on time, you know?
Yeah.
Before, you know, she passed. And I'm like,
To
now
have the
I
questions.
have questions. Yeah. And like, I feel like she could have given me some real answers, you
Yeah.
know? But
Yeah.
now I'm here just trying to figure it out. Like, who do you go to when you have questions and you don't have the answer?
Google, girl.
But before Google, there was my mom,
Yeah.
and she's still more reliable in my mind
Absolutely.
and in my heart, you
Of
know?
course. Of course.
But yes, there's Google and
They
Reddit,
really
which
need
is
to
a dark,
sponsor
dark
us.
place.
Reddit is wild.
I love Reddit though.
You would. Reddit's a dark, dark place. I love Reddit though. I'm fucking weak. I'm weak.
So
Man, did you say the impact? I know we've been talking, but we
that is
just
the
been out.
impact. Like, I had this
Yeah.
long, drawn out impact, but then what
Yeah.
you said took me on a journey, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I had a real kind of like breakthrough for me. I'm like I'm like afraid.
Oh,
Wow, the
wow.
impact. Like, I'm mothering myself from fear, and that's not what my
Oh,
mother would have
man.
wanted.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to keep things the same. You know, I'm trying to
Mm,
keep it within my control and what I know, because
yeah.
I'm afraid to venture out into the unknown because I don't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen. I can't control that.
Yeah.
And then I don't have this like this stability or this like kind of stable safety net where
Right.
I know, like, if it don't work out, I can run back here.
Right.
So, but I'm going to have to do it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to develop some other type of safety net. I mean, I have that. I have friends, you know.
Just gotta trust them.
Right. So, you know, it's good to know that, you know, I can sleep, you know, in the backseat of your car for the next 3 years should, you know, I not make it.
Literally. I mean, the thing is, our parents love us with this. Generally, this is for the
Yeah.
parents that do, and I understand that there's some parents that don't. But a lot of times, our parents, even if they're struggling, like even I think about my dad and the struggles that he had and things like that, just the love that was there felt like innate. You know what I mean? Just felt like it was. And so I know it's uncomfortable to feel like your friends would feel that for you. And no, it will never be or motherly
It won't.
love, but it can be familial, you know, and it can be
Yeah.
something that's still stable. I have friends that I know, if I fell out for the next 3 years, you really got me. And I really got you. I really do. This is not, you know, I'm not a lip service girl. I've never been in the time you've known me. I don't be bullshit. You know that.
Mm-hmm. That is
So,
true.
right. I'm gonna tell you the truth, baby. The couch is available whenever I have one. The bed, hell, I got a big bed. It's a queen size. Might be a little snug in that bitch, but you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's there. Backseat if you really just want to sleep in a car like a fucking weirdo.
What? Hey.
Hey, I'm trying to be free out here. But no, I'm saying like, you know, just a sigh.
No, I'm just so focused on the safety net.
Yeah.
And I think I just need to either pivot or let it go, because it's holding me back.
Yeah. And you are your
So,
safety net. You're still
you know
smart.
how hard it is to be a goddamn safety net?
Yes, because I'm my own safety net as well. And the reason I say that is because you are smart enough and strong enough, and she's instilled a lot of discipline in you. So she is still essentially your safety net. She's built these things and woven them into you so that even if you do leap into the unknown, you're not going to let yourself fall to the abyss without knowing, okay, this is in place. I've got this friend in place. This is actually reaching too far to the bottom. Let me pull my safety. Let me pull my parachute out. You are smart. You are strong. And she instilled in all those things into you. Those character traits that are making you who you are also your safety net. And that is from her. We've just got to rearrange how we think about what the safety net is. No, it's not physically here anymore.
Damn.
But you know that you are not going to let yourself fall, because why? She built that into you.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So then, okay.
Take a leap, bitch. Jump off that hole. You should have came skydiving with me. When I
was
tell
there.
you, not in the sky.
No, I was not. I was on the ground.
Exactly.
Firmly planted.
But I'm saying, I mean, maybe not, but I honestly feel like that was like a very large breakthrough moment for me. I left so much shit in the sky. I left it there and I jumped out anew. Like, that is the epitome of jumping out on faith, girl. What? A parachute with a person I don't know? That's wild. But I left it up there. I left so many things up there. Things that I can no longer carry. I can't carry them. But this vast, big sky can hold it. You can hold this shit. I can't carry it anymore. And I don't know. I just feel like you got to take that leap at some point.
I know. Trust me. I know.
Okay. And I'm here as a piece of your safety net. I know Crystal's a piece of your safety net.
Indeed.
Yeah. You are a piece.
I am.
We can't discount ourselves. You know what I
No.
mean? We are our mother's children.
I just, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think I get resentful at times.
Why?
But because I have to be my own safety net,
Understandable.
But I'm still here.
I'm still here. I'm gonna say it every time you say that.
Okay.
Oh man.
So, wow, that was a very organic impact.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. He was impacted right in the moment.
I know.
We both was.
Damn you.
Yeah, I know it. I'm sorry. It be happening. Okay, well then how do we cope with this? We're to the cope now. I think I cope by allowing myself the grief of missing my mom. For so long, I've tried to be strong and hold space for the fact that she's no longer in this world and it's crazy, that she's no longer in pain, and all these other factors to absolve the sadness I felt around her loss. But I think in allowing myself to truly feel the pain, I've come to realize I do still need mothering, And if she's not here to do it, I can emulate her and do my best to continue the ways that she would have. And so that's how I'm coping. I'm remembering her voice. I'm remembering her kindness. I'm remembering her softness. I'm remembering her genuine love of me. I'm remembering all of those things and emulating that into the ways that I treat myself, because I need that. I miss that. And she's not here to do it on this plane, like you said. But if I remember and try to implement those things into the way that I speak to myself, into my inner voice, then I'm not only honoring her, I'm also receiving the mothering that I desperately desire. So that is how I'm coping. How about you?
I cope by, being in the present.
Mm-hmm.
I fight to do that, honestly, to stay in the present.
Yeah.
But I am here, and in the present moment, I am safe. But then also I cope by realizing that it's safe for me to go out there and explore. And like you said, when I look back, to tap, my safety net, I realize it is me and my network of friends and all that she has instilled in me and taught me. You're right. Like, I'm always going to know how to do this, what I'm doing now, which is keeping myself safe. I'm always going to know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what I fall back on. So
Yeah.
that's how I cope. I cope with trusting myself.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing I think my mother did. I think she trusted me, trusted that I could do something more than she had more faith in me, I think, than I had in myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for me to have some trust and faith in myself.
Come on now.
I'll do that. So that's where I am with it. That's how I cope.
Man, I love that. I love that. Go on and cry. Yeah. Let them out.
Fred's not crying on this podcast.
I know it. We're to the recap. And I think those of you missing a mother on today, whether she is gone from this physical plane or she was not able to give you what you needed, and she's still here, recognizing that whether it be what she's already instilled in you or what you were missing, you're allowed to give that to yourself. Continue the mothering that you need, because you're worth it and you have it. And if you don't have it, look to your friends, look to their mothers, and get what you need. You know, we don't have to be strong always. We don't have to pretend we don't need it. It's okay. It's okay. That's all the recap I have. I'm like,
I think that summed it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Do you have any shout outs for this episode?
Nope. Just shout out to Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
And I say that to all the mothers. I say that to my mother.
Yeah.
You know, my mother's mother. Like, we've all had mothers, whether they're our biological mothers or they've been examples. You know, we've had them. They're there, whether they're physically present, it doesn't matter. They're still worthy of being celebrated. And if you find yourself being your own mother today, then happy Mother's Day to you as well.
Woo! Damn, that was good. Got the tears out today, huh? We want to bring them out. We want to bring some tears out, featuring our guest for the day, Rena and Jessica's tears.
That is really definitely going to be a clip.
I also want to shout out the mothers, but I also want to shout out the daughters of those of you who are missing your mothers, or those of you whose mothers may not have been what you needed. I want to shout you out and offer my love to you, my support, and offer very real understanding that is painful on a day like today. But you are worth mothering, and I hope you will take the time to recognize what you were missing or what you are missing and give that to yourself. So shout out to you. Love you so much. And we got this. We in this shit together. Or for dang on dick. No, but now we are to my favorite part, which is the meditation. If you're new, what we do is take a couple deep breaths. We set an intention, take another set of breaths, and then I let you go about your day. So what I'd like you to do for me is to take a big deep breath. We'll take a second deep breath. We'll take one more deep breath. And now we'll set our intentions. I intend to continue to allow my mother's voice to live inside of me, to express pride, to express joy, to express love, and to recognize that I need those things to not shine away from them. And that is my intention.
My intention is to take all that has been given to me by my mother and carry it with me forward. And thrive.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, we'll take our last set of breaths. Take another big, deep breath with me. We'll take a second deep breath. We'll take our last deep breath. All right. Your intentions have been set for the day. Go out there and flourish, sis. Today doesn't have to be a mess.
But it's okay if it is.
It surely is, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in for this very emotional episode. We appreciate your continued support. We love you always. We're sending you lots of energy and patience and kindness to yourselves this week and beyond. If you have a topic idea that you would like to discuss with us, please email us at oneself@gmail.com. That can also be used for if you would like to be a guest on the show. Again, that's oneself@gmail.com. If you are more of a social media person, we do have those as well. We're on Instagram at oneself podcast, Facebook by the same name, that's oneself podcast. On Twitter, our handle is at oneself. And if you would like to see our beautiful faces, we are also on YouTube. You can search for us, oneself. Is there anything else that we need to let the people know?
That is all.
All right. We're going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. It's a mess.
Hey, that's why I can't
mess.
sing.
It's okay. He's going to talk over my singing though. Okay, it's ready now.